Hi there, I'm Ben and welcome to part 13 of my full platinum walkthrough for Alan Wake Remastered. Right, so we finished the game in the previous video. That's all done. So all we have to do now is Nightmare mode while collecting all the Nightmare Manuscript pages, with which there are 15. So from the very start, just do New Game, Nightmare, and then we're going to get on with it. I'm going to narrate the important parts of these videos. So there's going to be 6 videos in total. One for each episode. As you can see, this one's 25 minutes long, and this is the entirety of episode 1, so all 3 chapters quickly run through. I'm not leaving any cutscenes in or anything like that. I'm just cutting straight past everything, and the whole attitude towards this playthrough is just pretty much run and get through as quickly as possible while picking up the manuscripts. There are only 3 manuscripts in this video, so throughout the whole of the 3 chapters there are only 3 in episode 1. They're all right at the end in the final chapter, so there's nothing for this first one. So this is the tutorial. You've done this already. It's just the tutorial. Just run through it, and then you've got the second bit where you go to the cabin and the village, the town, and that's it. And then you've got the final bit, which is where most of the time is actually spent. You'll notice big differences really with Nightmare mode. With regards to how long enemies take to kill. If you were playing on easy in the previous one, then yeah, you're definitely going to notice quite a difference. So I thought it was just 1 dodge attack, but apparently it's 2. I'm sure it was 1 last time we did this, but there you go. We'll do 2 this time, and then we'll move on. Yeah, so like I said, I'm not going to be here the whole time. I'm going to jump in and out on these ones. Just because it's everything you've done the same, but if there's any important parts like where it's actually quite difficult or when the manuscripts are coming up, what have you, just to remind you, then I'll jump back in. But yeah, unfortunately sprinting is still as bad as it was the first time around. So when you come down here and then you go across, you go in the house, then you have to leave the house. You're going to have to shoot the guy. Remember the first time you ever shoot the guy with the barrel next to you and you pick everything up. You're going to notice it takes quite a long time. Don't let that put you off. Not all enemies are like that. This first one does take a weird amount of damage. Quite a lot of damage. And even the torch takes forever to get rid of him. So I'll be back when that bit sort of kicks in. It's a while yet, so I'll be back then.
I was trapped. There was no way out.
You are hurt. You should go into the light. You are only safe there. Well done. I have something important to tell you. It goes like this. For he did not know that beyond the lake he called all my light.
Right, so this is the bit where we get to kill the guy. So pick up all your ammo and the torch and that. So the biggest thing you can sort of do, or get used to, should I say, yeah, the biggest thing you have to get used to is the battery life on the torch and how long it takes to get rid of the sort of dark off the enemies. So you're going to see me just kind of standing here. I'm not aiming it. Then I'm aiming it. And it's taking all of the battery power to get about half of the dark off him. And then I'm just it's still on him. I'm letting it charge up a bit, and then we'll try and get the whole shield off him. It takes for this one, quite a long time there, finally. So, yeah. Getting used to management on battery is quite important. Don't go into the red with it. Always sort of stop just before the red. And bounce it up and down, really. You don't want to be running out. And then we've got quite a few shots here. That's 6, 7, 8 shots to get rid of him. Don't worry, not all enemies are like that. Most of the standard enemies are 4. So even the big ones are up to 6, maybe 8. I think it's 6. So yeah, we are going to be running through a lot of the game. So now you got the bit with the intro. We'll kill the first 2 guys that appear. Well, you got the one who appears now, and then you've got the first 2 just to kind of get used to it, and then we're going to just start running past enemies. So let this one come up a bit, otherwise he'll fall down. I think he still falls down anyway. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So 4 is the new standard. It was 2 beforehand. So yeah, with these 2, because these are simple ones, get used to sort of bouncing around with the light on enemies. Obviously, when you initially shine it on them, it slows them down. So use that. That's a big thing as well, is knowing when you can knock them back. But yeah, that's probably the biggest thing. And obviously, the damage you take is going to be quite a lot more now as well. They're the 2 biggest things. How long the enemies take to kill, and how much damage you take. So yeah, once you get past that and you get used to running and dodging is also a big thing. Getting used to doing that, you'll be fine. Right, I'm going to get out of here. So basically we're just going to run past the next enemy and then run to the lighthouse. And then there's the bit in the town. We're on the ship. I've cut bits of it out, where the extended dialogue is. But we're on the boat. Go to the town. You just go into the toilet and that, and move the story forward. Go to the cabin, turn the power on, all that, and I'll join you sort of back when the final chapter starts, and we'll start from there because that's kind of where the game starts anyway. Right, I'll see you then.
Let's act like we're on vacation. Go stand next to that old gentleman there. I want a shot of you with the town in the background.
Sure. I'll even give you a title for the shot. A city boy, moments before he got eaten by a bear.
Very nice. I got a couple of really good ones. So you made a friend. That's cute.
Right. Yeah?
Hey, bestseller. How's my favorite writer? Are you there yet?
Barry. Message from Barry. He says hi to you, too.
Alan, we're here. Come on, let's get back to the car.
I can't believe it. I've got all of your books. I got the cutout from the bookstore.
Do me a favor, Sonny. I could really use a tune right now. Coconut, number 6 in the jukebox.
Don't go in there, young man. You can hurt yourself in the dark.
I didn't want to wait. I wanted to find Stucky, to get the key.
Cauldron Lake is a special place. Very inspiring. You got lucky this time, young man. You can hurt yourself in the dark.
Even that sounds better than your singing.
Are you all right?
The Andersons, they're, local musicians. We're waiting for Dr. Hartman to come pick them up.
Bye, Mr. Wake.
Wow. It's gorgeous, Alan.
It's something, all right. Don't worry, honey. I'll get you inside safe and sound before it gets dark. And I've got the flashlight.
I'm okay.
Alice had a phobia. The fear of darkness. I wanted to make sure we were inside with the lights on before sunset. Come on. Here we go. Let's take a look inside.
Dark in there. We need lights.
Can you figure out how to get the power on, honey?
Sure thing. I'm on it. An old generator had been connected to the power cable.
The lights are on! Good work, honey. I'll freshen up a bit and start settling in.
Okay. I'll look around a bit.
Sure thing! Have fun!
Alice? Honey?
Alan, I'm upstairs. I have a surprise for you.
Well, hello there.
I'm not the surprise. It's in the study. Go take a look.
Okay. The cabin had gone dark. All the lights were out.
Alan! Alan! Where are you? Help!
Alice, I'm coming! It's all right, I'm coming!
No!
What the hell?
Alan! Help me!
Right, so we're in chapter 3. The birds, we ignored them and just ran to the door. That's fine. That's what we'll be doing a lot of. Yeah, you're going to see the first manuscript actually is the last one we're getting. You can see it just kind of there on the door down there flashing. That's the third one. There are 3 manuscripts to get now in this chapter. To be honest, apart from that one that's hidden around the back of the garage, the other 2 are extremely obvious. They're actually on the main path. You'll see them. They shine brighter. The original manuscripts will still be around. You can still pick those up. If you missed any of them, you'll notice they're actually dull now, so they don't stand out. Coffee thermoses should all be gone. If you got them all in the previous playthrough, they'll all be gone. You won't even see any coffee thermoses. Another thing is supply crates will be back, and we will be trying to find every single one, or most of them anyway, because they all give flare guns. And flare guns help massively in this difficulty because you can obviously take out big groups of enemies. So we will be trying to find most of the supply crates if they're simple enough to get to without being too many enemies surrounding us or anything. So yeah, I will be getting those along the way. So here's the first manuscript. It's extremely obvious. It's shining. I swear they're brighter than the original ones. But this is 1 of 15. It's actually quite a lot of them. I think 4 or 5 of them are in the final episode, episode 6. But yeah, just basically follow what I'm doing and take it. I don't want to say take it slow, but be accurate in what you're doing. Know where you need to go, and then yeah, just fly through it. There's one of the manuscripts. So we know here that there's no enemies. Just keep running and get used to dodging when the enemies turn up. And I'll join you when the sort of first difficult fight. There's a couple of guys that turn up shortly, and then we'll go and get the first chest. But with regards to difficulty, there isn't really anything in this first chapter. Nothing particularly difficult. There is one section where some enemies will show up in the woods, and you'll have to run for it. So I'll join you back then. But apart from that, just follow as I do.
Sheriff Station. How may I...
Hello?
Woman! Help. Let you shoot.
This is bad. I'd never fired a gun outside a shooting range, and now I just killed someone. Or something. There were no bodies. They just disappeared. If I was dreaming. It felt real enough to make me sick. The dark forest was the last place I wanted to go, but I had no choice. I had to get to the gas station.
It's rabbit season.
What the hell was that? When I saw the river below, something uncoiled itself inside my head. I realized that I'd have to find a way across. I didn't even want to look at the water.
I'll just quickly jump in here a moment. This is extremely obvious, but just want to make sure you grab it. This is Nightmare Manuscript number 2 here. It's obvious. It doesn't get much more obvious than that. But yeah, make sure you grab it, get the things on the side. Then across here, there's going to be a couple of guys. Now, it's up to you whether you use the flare gun or not. I wouldn't bother on these two. It's just 2. They are the ones that like to throw things, and they seem to be deadly accurate again. But yeah, you should be getting used to these sort of bouncing the light across and slowing them down, giving you lots of distance, recharging your battery. Don't let it go to red. Yeah, you should be fine. I'm going to go and get the supply crate here in the wood yard. When you jump up here on the side, we'll climb up the ladder and go and get that. Then we'll go and do the generator. Grab the shotgun if you need it. I don't actually use it in the end, but I'll show you where it is just so you can have the shotgun with you. But we'll be using the flare gun mainly for big groups of enemies. Apart from that, we'll be running past them. I'll join you back when there is actually the sort of most difficult part of this chapter, let's say, when we're running through. So I'll join you back there. It's when we've got across the logs, when we've turned the generator on.
Eerie hand-painted graffiti was revealed by my flashlight. Someone had hidden a chest of supplies near it. The staircase was broken. I had to make my way up some other way. There was no power. There was bound to be a generator somewhere at the logging site.
So coming up in a moment is there's another manuscript page. We don't need that. It's one of the old ones. Is probably the trickiest bit. This is where you're going to you'll get tested with regards to dodging and things like that. It does go quite smoothly for me actually, but drop down here and run for the safe haven. We'll need to kick it up first with the generator. Kick the generator in gear. And then we're going to take a direct path to the way out. So it's up to you whether you take this slow. I would definitely not advise it, and just kind of go for it. Dying in this difficulty is not a problem. You'll literally just start the checkpoint. There's no penalty for it. Just move towards where the light is, where the manuscript page is. Have your flare gun ready and hit the guys that spawn in front. There is a chance some more will spawn behind you, so be prepared for that. Turn around and make sure they aren't. But if you just run towards those first two, the most direct path, then you should be fine. Just hit them with the flare gun and move on. So here I'm just going to run and get the other flare gun, the other chest up here, and then we'll go and do the Stucky boss fight. I'll be back for the boss fight. It'll just be in a minute or so, so I'll see you then.
Salad, though. A man like me needs a hefty meal. That's for today. Magnificent.
Because we have the flare gun, the Stucky boss fight is actually pretty damn easy, to be honest. It was the first time around. This is not a difficult one. We're actually going to hit him when he spawns. The other enemies will still need to kill as well, but so he doesn't warp all over the place. You don't need to get used to this guy this time. We have fought quite a few of them. So just hit him with 2 flares and he will be gone. He'll stay there for a moment. I think he stays there until you kill the first 3 or the first wave of other enemies. So he stays there for quite a while. And then you've just got these last few. So these are the only enemies left in this episode. So go crazy with the flare gun if you want. Got just 2 more left. And then, yeah, once these are done, go through the gate, go round the back of the garage, the petrol station, gas station, whatever you want to call it. Grab the Nightmare Manuscript, and that's it for this episode. There's nothing else to say about this one. We're done. So yeah, we'll be on to episode 2 in the next video. So I'll see you then. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.
I recognized the parade float I had seen in Bright Falls when I first arrived with Alice. After the insanity I had just experienced in the darkness, the lights of the gas station felt comforting, at least for a moment. The sane world reasserted itself. The garage was a mess. It looked like someone had trashed the place, or that there'd been some kind of fight. I had to get inside the gas station to find a phone to call for help. All right. I'll keep writing. Outside, there's only darkness. Outside the cabin, outside the story, there's only darkness. I can feel the presence in the dark. Just now, I could smell it.
Bright Falls Sheriff Station.
Oh, thank you.